Hello and welcome back. This is Sophia, and I'll take you through small-scale farms and why they exist. As the farms grows in size, as we've noted from the previous videos, its scale of production increases. However, many farms remain very small, or many businesses remain small, even though they face stiff competition from larger ones, or they even have opportunities for expansion. So what makes them remain small? Let us look at some of the reasons. Our first one is a quick decision making in part of the proprietors. And in situations where proprietors want to avoid delays in decision making, they may opt to maintain a small business, as this would involve less consultation and therefore swift decision making. Another reason this would be because of the size of the market, as large-scale production can only be sustained by high demand for a product. And if the demand for a product is low, it may not be advisable for a farm to produce on a large scale, and therefore it will remain small. Another reason is the nature of the product. We know that the nature of the product sometimes makes it impossible to produce in large quantities. For example, personal services like hairdressing, painting, or nursing that can only be provided by an individual or a small farm. Another reason is simplicity of the organizations, where small farms have the considerable advantage of simplicity. They avoid bureaucracies, wastage, and managerial complexities that are usually associated with large-scale organizations. And where a farm intends to take advantage of simplicity, then the proprietor may opt to maintain it small. Then we also have another reason of the belief that a small farm is more manageable. And we know that small businesses have the potential of expansion and growth, but some of the proprietors, they would prefer to have them remain small, believing that big businesses are difficult and complex to run. Another reason is the flexibility of the small businesses. And these small farms are usually very flexible. That is, one can easily switch from one business to another, where the owner of the business wishes to maintain flexibility so as to take advantage of new opportunities, and therefore they may opt to maintain the business small for that flexibility reason. Another reason is the rising costs of production. In situations where production costs rise too fast, such that diseconomies of scale set very early, then the farm has to remain small because it is not able and it cannot afford to grow. The other reason it is for some farms remaining very small is the need to retain control. And in order to retain control by the proprietors or independence of the farm, then the owners may make a decision to keep it small. There are also some farms that remain small because the law may restrict the growth of that farm, or the government may restrict the growth of that farm. And in such circumstances, then these existing farms always remain very small. Also, remember, small scale farms require very little amount of capital to start and operate, as opposed to large scale farms. And therefore, that's why you find there are many small scale farms that are in existence, because even the capital for starting them is very small. Therefore, that is it. Now you know something about small scale farms and the reasons they exist. And we say the reasons are because the decisions are easy, quick to make. The size also of the market is very small. The nature of the product is restrictive for production in large scale. The company proprietors wish to keep it simple. And then there are those proprietors also who believe that a small farm is more manageable. And then there's flexibility, such that you can switch from one business to another, or take business opportunities, and hence you maintain the farm very small. We also have the rising cost of production, that especially where diseconomies of scale set very early, and that can keep a farm very small. And then there's also the proprietor's wish to retain control and independence of the farm, therefore maintaining it small. And there are also some legal and government restrictions that keep some of these farms in small scale. And also, we have very many of them because capital required to start them off is small. Thank you, and kindly catch up with the next video as we continue learning together. Bye-bye.